Little black book. You know what time it is. 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 Time it is.
Okay.
Oh. No, for real. Look at your daughter and look at my daughter. Fuck that. Look at our baby mamas. Your baby mama black. My baby mama strapped, light skin, cute as shit. Your baby mama's this.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button. You already know what it is, baby. So you can get the uploads, baby. And for those of you returnees, you ain't got the minerals. Pa-da-pa. Get your merchandise down below. Alright. Well, so, guys, we're going to talk to you guys about the Georgio Casper video. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I won't play much of it because I think it's just really crude and I don't want you guys to see all of that. You would have to, I'll send a link and you can guys watch it that way. But there is a recent video of Georgio Casper, a battle rapper in America who recently did a battle rap with another person. And there was a lot of lyrics in there that were, I should say, colorist. That were also paedophilic, and it was really tough to hear that. I mean, you know what? I know battle rap can get down and dirty. I know, you know, and I ain't got no problem with that. That's not my thing to talk about. But I think there has to always be limitations of what we speak about, right? You know, talking about a 6-year-old prostituting for you, whoring for you, taking dicks. All them kind of things must be a limit on what we speak about. This is a little girl who hasn't finished developing and growing. And if she comes across this video, I can only fear what if she's able to understand anything that's being said here. You know, I think a lot of the reasons why this video is really scary and actually kind of not the most pleasant of videos is because of the way that, number one, it starts off with him Georgio Casper speaking about the fact that, hey, look, you know, your baby mother's black and my baby mother's light skin, and that instantly caused, I guess, the reaction of the internet to swell, right? Because that's what we call colorist. He's basically saying that the only difference between your baby mother and mine is the fact that she's lighter, and lighter is better. And you know, this is something that obviously we've been speaking about in the past few weeks about this colorist agenda, that men perpetrate the colorist agenda. Some of them know it very much knowingly, and some of them don't realize through their preferences that they're perpetuating the colorist agenda, right? And so, in order to try and insult this guy, he uses colorism to do so. What he doesn't realize is that his black skin too, yeah, he's insulting himself. And what this is, then it ends up being self-hatred. And he doesn't realize that because why? It's a woman. It's not a man he's insulting a woman, right? And so and this is where I'm saying about the colorism really disproportionately affects women than it does men, because who's he insulting? He's not insulting black men, he's insulting black women. You understand? So if he, and again, because I keep telling you guys about the fact that you use certain language, it allows you to disassociate a human being from what you're describing by calling them bitch, by calling them hoe, by calling them slut, calling them, you know, saying all these negative terms towards them. What it does, it begins to cause a disassociation, and that's why then you can go down the lane of, you know, saying some of these crude things, right? And so when he's stating these things about, you know, about the colorist situation in terms of, you know, the baby mothers being of different shades, right? How is he glorifying that, right? And it comes from a mind that's twisted. It comes from a mind that's not free. It comes from a mind that doesn't understand that, listen, you know, that being dark is not an insult. Being dark is not a bad thing. Being dark is not a sin. You understand? And what I want to also challenge as well, I want us to be very careful as black people who are dark skinned as well, to not then push the narrative back onto light skinned people because they've got a privilege to begin to insult them. We're not going to do that, because then you become an aggressor, and you become an aggressor unfairly, because they didn't ask for this. They may benefit, please don't get it twisted, but we don't have to become the aggressor and insulting light skinned people. It's you people that, listen, it was a black skinned man that was saying this stuff. Check him. Don't check them, check him. You understand? So when I saw that behavior, I was thrown aback, right? But that wasn't what concerned me, because I think everyone's so gassed on the colorism situation. I'm like, that's not what's getting me. What's getting me is that a man can say about a man's daughter in a battle rap and talk about prostituting her, whoring her out, talking about her in a sexual manner. Yeah, not him doing anything, but talking about her in a sexual manner, and think this is cool. And do you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's not battle rap. Yeah, when we're touching on things like paedophilia, because that's what essentially it's going to be, right? Paedophilia. You understand? And I guess the reverb of that is that had this been a little light-skinned girl, because the reason why he's even insulting the girl is because she's darker skinned, supposedly, because his daughter's not light. Like, I saw a picture of it, his daughter's not that light, so I don't know who he's talking about. But because the daughter is dark skinned, that's why he can then begin to, just like white people did to us, right, begin to compare her in a masculine manner, in a beastly manner, and then in a sexual manner. Because that's all white people in the past saw us for. So you see that everything they've taught us through their evil campaigns and their evil behavior in the past of history, and I'm not just talking about slavery in the European shores or the American shores, I'm talking about from the time when they had to even assimilate us from Africa to here. All of that time, they have been indoctrinating us, yeah? Even through TV now, they're still trying to indoctrinate us. So all of those messages have literally gone and soaked into this man's mind, and then he crudely erupts on a tirade because the young girl is not pretty. And because the young girl is not light-skinned, she's not pretty. So that's the equivalence that gets made. The equivalent gets made that because she's not light-skinned, she's no longer pretty, right? Again, this stereotype and this colorist theme comes in, that the lighter you are, the more pretty you are. It's because we've been told that because of our history. I keep telling you guys this, that this comes from history. This comes from making light-skinned and high yellow people of more worth, giving them a better education ahead of ourselves, giving them plantation fields ahead of ourselves, giving them their freedom ahead of ourselves, treating them better because they're close to white people, giving them the opportunity to have jobs before us, all them kind of things, making them house Negroes, not outfield Negroes. All of that makes a difference, and it passes on to generation, and that's why we're here right now with Georgio Casper. I'm disappointed, obviously, and you know what? I think the outrage from people is quite right, and I think and like I said, I really believe that we're in a season where we have to educate people. And a lot of people are like, no, cancel. And it's like, yeah, but cancelling may not let the person see exactly what they are doing wrong. When the person's from our community, we need to know how to educate that person. We need to sit down with that person and listen, look, this is what you're going wrong, you know. And when that person doesn't listen to the education, then we can cancel if we want to cancel. But we've got to get that person to a place where we can educate. Because that person is ignorant. That person has compromised. That person sees no wrong because they've not understood that what they're doing is colorism, right? They understand that there's a preference. They understand that there's a subconsciousness running behind the mind that light skin is better. But why? You see, until we begin to understand that and begin to show the person that, it's going to be very hard to change such behaviors. You can cancel if you want to cancel. So yeah, I don't want to talk too much, because I've broken this down. If you want to know more, I've spoken about colorism in depth in my other videos. I'll post links down below. You can watch that and just kind of see it, but I've spoken about this in great length already. I don't want to talk too much about it, but that's the truth. The video was crude, it was paedophilic in the lyrics that he was spreading, it was colorist. It's just a really bad video all around, and this is not battle rap. This for me is not battle rap. That for me is a tirade of self-hate, and I don't think we can rock with that. Rhyming or no rhyming, I don't think we can rock with that. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the what uploads, baby. I appreciate you. Think before you do. Don't do before you think, as you be thinking about what you got to do. Appreciate y'all. Stay locked and loaded, baby.